Thank you, Devin, and we're happy to welcome back to the show this morning Nina Baum and Focus, some local mushers here. Now, it's a pleasure to have you back on the show. Exciting things coming up. I can see from your hat the Heel Creek Dog Dash is making a return this year. We actually have the snow for it. We do. Last year we couldn't because there's no snow, but we have gotten enough this year, and we're going to be able to pull it off this weekend, starting on Friday with a social at the Rhinelander Brewery. Oh yes, and it looks like, you know, Focus is all ready for the racing fun, and a lot of mushers are, I'm sure, excited to be back in the area coming up here to Rhinelander. And it's at the Northwood Golf Club on Saturday and Sunday, the race. Correct, yes. The racing starts at 10 a.m. on Saturday and at 9 a.m. on Sunday. There'll be lots of activities going on. Saturday, definitely people should come out with their kids. We'll have mutt runs at about noon, starting at noon. So if any kids want to try out dog mushing, there'll be dogs supplied, a sled, harness, and everything. And the kids will be able to do like a little stretch of the trail and come back, and that's completely free, so just show up at noon on Saturday for that. And now, if memory serves, is there sledding there as well? Yes, so there's lots of other activities. If you get bored watching the dog sled teams, which won't happen, but if you do, or you know, if there's something else you want to do, you can go sledding down the sledding hill there, and there's sleds available, or they can go snowshoeing on the snowshoe trails. My goodness, and it looks like the weather's going to be really nice this weekend, so folks could, you know, step outside and not freeze, you know, their face off, which is a pleasant time. And so how many racers do you think we're going to be having this weekend? So we got about 60 entries. Entries just closed yesterday, which is nice. And then, so that, you know, completes a good field for us. It'll be good competition, and we'll be running all the different classes. My goodness, tons of dogs around, I'm sure, but you got 60 different teams coming. Everyone's got their dogs on the way. So what is the... what are the typical heats we're going to be looking at for the races? Is it just what do they look like here? Yeah, so we have a whole variety of like classes essentially, or heats. So there'll be teams with 8 dogs, 6 dogs, or 4 dogs, or 2 pulling sleds. Then there's also ski joring, which is where you skate ski with 1 or 2 dogs pulling you. And then new, that's become pretty popular in the last few years, is fat bike joring. So people will be on their fat bike with 1 dog pulling them as well. My goodness. And now, this is part of a series, is that right? Or some sort of league, yes? Well, yeah, so there's a bunch of different races, and they're sanctioned or accredited by different international governing bodies, and you can get points at these races to then qualify for world championships or other medals and awards. Right. And so the Heel Creek Dog Dash is sort of a sprint race, is that right? As opposed to, you know, perhaps the Marquette 200. You mean UP 200? The UP 200 in Marquette. Apologies there. So the dogs in this race are going to be going a lot quicker. Is that what I'm kind of led to believe? Oh yeah. So you're going to see a lot more hounds at this race. Oh boy. We're only going, you know, 2 to 6 miles, whereas UP 200 is 200 miles, or the Iditarod, which most people know about, is over 1,000 miles. Wow. Okay. So yeah. So there's different sort of, you know, dog races to be on the lookout for. Oh yeah. Yep. Just like running. You know, there's 5Ks to ultra marathons. Right? The Iditarod would be the ultra marathon. We would be doing the 5K. Well, fantastic. And there's, you know, it's going to be open all day for folks to come on out on Saturday and Sunday to sort of, you know, get a look at the dogs. I know they're all real friendly, as is Focus right here. Yeah, he loves his pets. But yeah, just a couple things to note for the weekend is that Friday we have the Meet the Mushers social at the Rhinelander Brewery. So you can come on out there, pet some dogs, meet some mushers, have some, taste some of the beers that were brewed specifically for this race. And there'll be some complimentary appetizers and raffles. And then on Saturday, after the racing's done, we're going to have a dinner at the Northwood Golf Club Bar and Grill. They're going to do a buffet dinner. Anyone's welcome to show up to that. It'll be starting around 6 p.m. And then at 7 p.m., Santy and Son will be playing music as well. Oh, goodness. So a whole weekend of dog fun in the snow. Yeah, I think you might have a new pet, Michael. Yes, Focus has always been a fan of mine, and I of his. He's clearly my favorite of of your pack. I did request him this morning. But it looks like it's going to be a great time. So for folks looking to come out and get in on the action, it's just free to come on out and watch the dog racing?
Everything's free except for the food and the beer.
Well, fantastic. So it's at the Northwood Golf Club this Saturday and Sunday. You can come ahead of time and meet the mushers and the dogs at the Rhinelander Brewery Friday evening. Pick out your favorites, and see them in action on the weekend.
Exactly.
Well, excited for the event. Hopefully people come on out. It's always a great time, and thanks for taking the time this morning, Nina. Focus.
You can't stop now that you started.
Well, coming up this morning, we have